Hello everyone, Mason X here. Today, we finally come to Heroic Dungeons. Now our first stop is Heroic Slave Pen, which is supposed to be the easiest dungeon for our mages to solo. The easiest Heroic dungeon for our mages to solo. And this dungeon also drops this very good trinket called Quagmirran's Eye, which is very good for every caster DPS. Now here, after we enter the dungeon, you're gonna avoid these 2 pack of lobsters and stick to the right side. I believe many of you, when you are already able to get into Heroic, so extra reputation are not something you will be worried. So we will skip as many mobs as possible in this round. You know about these 2 patrols, and if Nova resist, you can always Pet Nova or Cold Snap Nova. And here at this cage, you wanna cast an invisibility, which makes you about the time reach this area, you get into invisible. Then you walking in this lonely world, and get out just about in this area. Call your water elemental. Order your water elemental to attack this mob here. Now you wait a little bit. Do not get into aggro range of this mob. And until this mob is close enough for your pet to nova him, you pet nova him. You can see although this mob is immune to your pet's nova, but somehow this skill generates just enough aggro for this mob to ignore you and run to your pet. For this, we can safely run past these 2 defenders. In regular mode, we still remember we can nova them, we can polymorph them, but in heroic mode, these 2 defenders, they pretty much immune to anything except Blizzard's throw. Okay, so when you passing these 2 mobs, this is actually quite important, so I spend more time to explain. You want to stay away from the second defender as far as possible. You can see here I'm actually pretty close, but I still make able to go past him. So by doing this pet pull trick, I can go past these 2 defenders every time. Okay, now you cast a Little Blizzard to throw these 2 mobs. Cast a counter spell, select these 2, and please note here we run to the right side of this ledge point. So in regular slave pen run, I sometimes jump here and ice block, but in heroic you can't get hit by any of this mob, so you want to run to this right side as fast as possible. You can see they didn't even hit us, and just go back to their regular route and ready to be farmed. Now here we wanna wait a little bit for this boss to go upstairs. Then we can pull this pack. This is just back to the thing our mages should be very familiar with. Yes, the slave pen solo farm. The easiest way of slave pen solo farm. And basically in this part, what you do is exactly the same when you are leveling your mage in slave pen. We jumping on and off, we land our blizzard at this area, at this ledge, and we jump again when the boss is downstairs. So for this part, I will fast the video a little bit. Yeah, basically you just keep them well grouped and wait for the boss in a right place. Then you can just ring your max rank blizzard and finish them. Now please note, in heroic mode, mobs do have a little more health, but it should be fine if you bring some mana potion, and always remember to use your mana gem. Okay, I will fast the video a little bit. Okay. After we killed these mobs, now it's time to begin with the boss. Now, I want you to think, in heroic mode, we basically are weak than any boss in every way, right? But in order to beat a powerful boss like this, we do need to use something which is at our advantage instead of the ledge jump, because this boss can also heal himself. He do better damage, he have much more health and mana, actually not much mana than us. So this is the break point. This boss, we actually beat this boss in one field, which is our mana regeneration rate. You can see our mana regenerates like at a certain point when we are not casting, but this boss's mana almost never regenerates. So to kill this boss, my way is to simply cast 2 of your shields and try to make this boss land as many as lightning ball on you, on your two shields. So by in this way, let's see, this boss closing to us, we try to aggro him, make him angry, and yes, electric us. You can see one lightning ball takes away this boss about 6% of his mana, and his mana is almost like never regenerate. So I will call like this stage of fight phase 1 of soloing this boss. So in phase 1, we basically do not need to do any damage to the boss. You can do a little like level 1 frostbolt for fun, but we actually don't need to do any damage. All we need to do is to trigger the boss do lightning bolt on you. You can see with 2 shield on, we barely taking any real damage from the lightning bolt. So we can wait until our health dropped like in a big potion, then we jump up and do a bandage. But we do need to wait until our ice barrier to cool down, so we can take the boss's another lightning ball. This is for safety issue measure, but if you can get enough natural resistance gear, I think it's okay for you to take as many lightning ball as this boss as possible, so we can faster dry this boss. And now the easiest way and the more kind of like dumb way is simply use your mana shield and your ice barrier to counter this boss lightning ball. It takes me about 7 minutes to totally dry this boss's mana, and I think it's still acceptable for like to solo an heroic level dungeon boss. Okay, let's fast the video a little bit. Let me do a jump. Okay, 70%. Okay, you can see when the boss's mana is lower for him to do 1 lightning bolt, you wanna just wait here until this boss do a very big circle. He will use his last mana to summon his healing totem, and you wanna keep him like far away from his healing totem. Now we can see actually he summoned his last healing totem here, and then it's time for us to start the Q phase, the phase 2 of this boss solo fight. Basically in phase 2 we have a lot of good opportunities to do damage. Let me speed up a little bit. You can just follow exactly what I do, and this boss won't like one shot kill you. Takes about 2 or 3 melee attack, so I would say it's kind of okay if you sometimes fail this jump like 1 or 2 seconds later. And always call your pet here. You can see in this fight I put my pet here. He can do like perfect 4-time damage. Now basically you are playing a new mini game called jumping on and off. Try to do as many damage as possible. So in phase 2, actually your damage efficiency is quite okay. Okay, I will fast the video a little bit. If you like gear is poor, you don't have enough mana, you can simply wait for your evocation or just waiting for the cooldown of your mana gem. Mana gem actually make one mana gem you can use 3 times, so this is actually a good way to generate mana. And always be careful about the Nova totem. This totem, if this totem explodes too close to you, it can simply one-shot you. Okay, I will fast the video a little bit. Okay, 1%. Please notice when this boss health is very low, enough, he will walk very slowly and make you have enough time to kill him. So we can see from DBM here, we kill the first boss of Heroic Slave Pen in 16 minutes and 27 seconds. It's definitely not very fast, but I think it's still acceptable because it is in Heroic. You can see we looted our badge of justice, right? Now you want to come to the second floor and drink rebuff up. And here, please notice, if these 2 patrol packs are on the left, you're gonna run counterclockwise. You're gonna run to the right and throw them at left. If this patrol pack is at right, you do the exactly opposite thing. You throw them at right and run to the left. So it's like you don't have to wait for this patrol at like the right side or anything. You just improvise. Now here, normally you will match a pack like here, but this time these 2 packs are very close. But we can still pull these 2 and make this circle. We wait him here a little and try to kite them a bit, but this guy actually resists my blizzard. So we conf code him. We blink through these 2. We still successfully pulled all packs on this like second floor bridge, and we are ready to kill them. And yeah, we didn't get even 1 hit. Maybe we get some hit and lose our shield. Okay. So basically this part is exactly like what we did in the first pool. We simply just kite them around a bit here. So again, I will fast the video a little bit. So please note, when you are dealing with mobs who can use ring of fire on you, in Heroic this fire ring takes a lot of damage. So my way is I always run in this kind of line and use like the max range of my blizzard to land on them. So by doing this, I almost never get hit by the ring of fire, and I can safely just do damage and kite them all to death. Okay. These parts are very similar to what we did in soloing the normal slave pen when we are trying to level ourselves. So if you do have a question about this, you can check my other video on how to do the easiest way to do slave pen solo farm. In Heroic, the mob just have a little more health. Other things are exactly the same. If your gear is bad, it simply will add your time to kill these mobs because you may not have enough mana. But all other parts are exactly the same, so don't need to actually worry like you don't have enough gear. If your gear is bad, you simply have to wait for your mana to regenerate a bit by jumping on and off at the ledger point. Okay, I will fast the video a little bit. After you kill these packs and loot them all, you come here, to the second floor. You refill yourself to a better situation. Okay, now here we jump down to this bridge, and we pick a right side. Please note this side do not have any like slope into the water. Is the side we gonna jump off. And here you will here is a different door. This is not like the door we came in. The door we came in have two defenders here, which we already killed. And this here you can see they have these little weapons. These are two champions. They are weaker version of defender, and they can be novaed, polymorphed, throwed. So basically you just polymorph one and kill another. They are actually very easy to kill because they take all the control damage. Why you kill my pet? Why? Okay, I gonna revenge my pet. So basically you can actually just use your frostbolt to kite them, because frostbolt they will take the fourth row of your frostbolt, and they are pretty easy to kill. So I will faster the video a little bit. You kill one, the other one wake up, and you kill another one. Then you avenged your water elemental. Okay, now this is like the first part of Slave Pen Heroic Farm. Please do note I see in other videos like some mages can able to make this jump here, and they can like make the boss kill faster and quicker, but I somehow couldn't figure out this jump. So I don't know, maybe it's only GNU thing, maybe like undead cannot do this jump. So I decided to do the old school way, right? Okay. After you kill this pack, you can see we use an invisibility. Come here. You need to watch out for these defenders. They can see you as invisible. And every time I reach here, this pack is about in this place. And you cast a blizzard to pull them. Now you want to stick to the left side as close as possible. Just grab your face on the wall, because you don't want to pull this pack by yourself. And there is actually a box here, maybe have some good things. Remember always to come back and open. And yeah, the idea is to let the pack we just pulled pull this pack, and never pull this pack yourself. Okay, you stick to the left, getting to the water, like swimming. Yeah, you can see swimming towards this slope. And basically the pack we just pulled will pull the packs necessary to pull on its way. And if everything goes right, here you can throw them a bit, or you can not throw them. It's actually doesn't matter very much. You get into the water here and swimming to another slope, and you can see all these packs will take another route to run to you. So we can go back to the place we are very familiar with and kite and kill them. This is just like when I try to do something new, I always try to find a way to use my old experience. This works both in real life or in play games. You should always use your old experience as an advantage for you to begin a new adventure. So this is why I highly suggest to you to use this method. Use the ledge jump we use when we are leveling our mage in Slave Pen to solo heroic Slave Pen, because it's simply easier, and you are familiar with like this situation, and you are familiar with how to deal with different scenario if anything goes wrong. Yeah, this is basically an good strategy to use. And here you want to go to the right side here, because it will be easier. And here we gonna cast a block, because we don't want this range attack mob keep attacking us. Okay, wait for the ladies a bit. Okay, I will still faster the video a little bit. And you can see actually in this area is also a good place to land the blizzard on. Now please note their lightning ball actually hurts you like for 3000 damage. So if you like health is low, I actually have 5900 health. Please try to avoid as many lightning bolts as possible. So basically what you do is you come to this area and you always use the outer ring of your blizzard to do damage. And when you see this lady is try to discharge electricity to you, you move a little to the left, so you can see we interrupt his lightning ball. And yeah, sometimes you failed, but if you are not like, if you are careful enough, you basically can interrupt every lightning ball. Just you have to have the determination to interrupt your blizzard. And always use the outer ring of your blizzard to do damage. You should be fine from all these casters. You can see here I also got a little greedy, but it's still okay. The lightning ball actually created and did a lot of damage to us. But in this round you can always jump here, do some bandage, and very soon you will be back to full health. Okay, this is basically the same part, but you need to be extra careful about the distance control. If you are careful enough, you can actually avoid every lightning ball they cast. You just see these particle effects when they are casting lightning ball. You move. You do not be greedy and try to finish your blizzard. And then you can always put your shield on, so it will make sure like the lightning ball won't kill you. So you can use your shield to maybe take one lightning ball and do damage, then just run back. And these casters, these Naga ladies, they actually do not have much health. You can see they already have health. So the Q still won't take you too much time. So I will fast the video a little bit. Yeah, and basically it's just the same as what we did in normal slave pen. Okay, then we go back after we kill them. We go back to the second floor. Here we're gonna pick this side, pick the side without a slope, cast a throw fall, jump down, and cast an invisibility in middle of the air. Then we can just run to where Quagmirran is. These two defenders, which you can see invisible, actually got chain pulled by the Naga pack we put. So it's actually easier for us to kill them. And always there is like a very high possibility it will got a box here, and always remember to open it. I actually got a gem here, so it's pretty nice. Okay, let's fast the video a little bit. When we in this area, there are two pack of lobsters. These are melee mobs, so they are very easy to kite. Basically, we can just finish them here. No need to running all the way back. But if you want, you definitely can kill them at the ledge point. But if you try, they're actually very easy to kite. So I will decide just to finish them here. So after we kill them, we can start Quagmirran right now. And these slaves here, like if you pull them, you don't need to worry because they are not casters. They are just slaves, only do melee attack. Yeah, so it's perfectly just to kill them together with all the lobsters. You know, one thing I don't understand is like these slaves, they got hit by their slave master like hundreds of times each day, but they never fight back. But When we do a little damage to them, we do one tick of blizzard to them, they immediately decided to fight back us. That's something I cannot understand. Okay, so all these mobs are melee mobs, and they didn't run very fast. So it's simply just like you are kiting about 10 warriors. It's super easy for majors. And I think everyone can easily do this. Okay, I will also faster the video a little bit. And there is plenty space left here for you to kite them around, so no need to worry. Okay, after we finish them, here is the final prize of this fight. Quagmirran, right? Who drops the Quagmirran's eye, and the final boss have better loot. Now here you wanna call your water elemental to attack him. This boss, actually, I died many times trying to figure out his very strange mechanism, which you will see later. Or actually, in this run, I didn't trigger his mechanism because I kind of figured out how this mechanism works. Now, for this boss, he will teleport you in front of him in two conditions. When two conditions are satisfied. The first is you are not in the vision, you are not in the eye of this boss, which means this boss can barely see you. The second condition is this boss cannot find a path to you, which will be created, you can see here, when we in the air, when we jump into something. So when you want to jump into this lake, this water, please don't jump into the water. You walk into this water instead. So this actually minimizes your time in the air, which these both do not have a path to find you. So always walk into the water like I did here, and always have your blink ready, just in case the boss actually teleport you when you are in the air. By doing this, I can pull this boss every time successfully. Please do note, if you ever get teleported, don't panic. Yes, don't panic is the first rule of mage soloing dungeons and AoE kiting. You can just blink away because this boss won't immediately hit you after teleport you. He will be stupid for 1 or 1.5 seconds, which give you enough time to blink out, re-jump into the water. And the more safe way is wait a little bit more until the boss is close, pretty close to you but not enough to hit you, then you get into the water. This will also not trigger the teleport mechanism. So choose what you will like, and as long as these two conditions are not satisfied, which the first is both don't have you in sight, the second is you in middle of the air, or you in some place these both cannot reach. Okay, this both will not teleport you. Okay, then basically this both will run this long route to us, and we can watch your head, man. He seems fine, and we can kill him at the place which we are very familiar with. Okay, I will fast the video a little bit. Actually, I waited the boss for a little bit because I don't know if I run too far, this boss will get out of aggro and reset. Now here you may want to in the first run, I want to jump on here, right? Just like what we did to other mobs, and I think the boss will run to this regular route just like every other mob did. So I jump here and learned a precious lesson. You can see here, even when we are at this point, we ice blocked, these both are still attacking us. And I think he was walking by, but he just, he have long arms because he is so big. So we left a skeleton here. Precious lesson. Then after this, I decided to kite him a little bit, use this like second floor bridges. So we can actually make a turn here and make the boat follow us down from the second floor back to the first floor. So where we can do the jump again. And also here you want to run past this point as fast as possible. This is another lesson I learned from both, because in my last run, I tell myself like, there's no way this guy can hit me from beneath. And then he taught me this lesson by another repair bill. He can definitely hit you from beneath. So go past that area as fast as possible. And basically you just lose this boat to kite him for another round. Okay, he is running the same way, so we take another way. You are the boss. You choose your way, I go another way. This kind of both kiting actually remind me, like 10 years ago, my first character was a Tauren hunter. Nowadays you can never see a Tauren hunter, right? And when I first tried to kite these big elite giants in winter spring, I remember I was so nervous as a little boy, and like my sweat in my hands, and I got nervous when each time I look at this mighty boss. Feels like just the same like monster is chasing me instead of chasing my character. So by doing this actually remind me this like old times. I'm not that nervous in this age now, but I still feel thrill and exciting when I can challenge this mighty creature here as a single man, as a solo character, right? Now here you want to hide at the right side of this ledge, and you should always do this, because this boss sometimes even if you stay here, he can still run directly to you and attack you. Okay, now everything is set. What we do is just think it as another mini game where we jumping on and off, try to avoid his acid spray, and try to do damage as many as possible. And you can always like follow where I summon my water elemental. It's tested, and this will maximize your use of water elemental, because this thing can sometimes just like one shot kill your water elemental. You can see when he do this acid spray, if you blink away fast enough, you won't get even hit. And you can always do damage after like he's still in that pose, and you can still do you can, after you blink away, you can run back and do damage to him. Okay, and always this this single acid arrow is something you can not avoid, so always use your ice barrier or sometimes maybe your mana shield to absorb its damage. Okay, we already killed like 80% of his health. So now I'm gonna fast the video a little bit, because it's definitely gonna be a long fight. If you have some warlock or hunter friends, you can definitely call them and bring them to this area, so you can finish this boss like way faster than you doing this as a mage alone. Okay, I will fast the video a little bit. And the killing process is long, but it's actually also pretty fun. You just playing this like both fighting game. You try to avoid his skills. You try to do as many damage as possible, and yeah, it's quite fun. Okay. I think it takes me about like 26 minutes from the time we pull this boss until the time we end this boss. Okay, now finally this bigger guy is done. I actually get some quite good loot from this run. Please note, if you do have the Quagmirran's eye, I think you can sell it like for maybe 800 gold or 1000 gold. Like every caster DPS on our server wants this trinket, and sometimes when you do a heroic run, because it's only once a day, it just didn't drop or you didn't win the loot. So I think the market is still there, people want to buy this. And the prime nether is also another 100% you will get. This will give you like for our server, people who like craft things for others, their prime nether was about 200 gold. And also as a disenchanter, I always got 2 void crystal from this boss. Also you can got like large brilliant, you can got the shard for as a disenchanter. Also in each run I can loot about 20 raw gold, and also some like this reputation thing item which drops on heroic version. I don't remember the exact name. Also you get some gems which also worth a decent amount of money. So I would say like in each run you can still get approximately like 500 gold worth item, and if everything goes right, one run should take you about 1 hour and 20 minutes. So this is a run in the future I definitely will do once a day if I have time. And I think it's also much fun and challenging to do it as an achievement for our mage. So like at all we soloed one heroic dungeon, right? And also if you are wondering about my gear and talents, please check the description below. I actually provided a link with my items and gears. Yeah, so this is basically all for today's video. I wish you all have a great day. Thank you.